Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. My name is Sean Dex and I welcome you back to the Mango Grow for this Ethereum analysis video. Ethereum has been on a run. I'm sure all of you guys have noticed the entire altcoin market has followed suit. And hey, it's exciting, so let's talk some Ethereum. We'll also be talking about Ethereum BTC, by the way. And if you missed the video from earlier this morning on Bitcoin USD, go ahead and check that out because we will be referencing some elements from that video in this video. That being said, let's talk Ethereum. Ethereum on a run, powerful, bullish, but the question is, are we going to keep seeing upside or are we going to see a pullback? Where do you take your profits? Where do you enter if you're looking for an entry? All of that jazz. Let's go ahead and answer those questions. But first, let's talk about what Ethereum has done. As you guys have seen or noticed, Ethereum broke out of this consolidation formation over here, right? We had a upward resistance line that has now turned into support at around 181 on the daily. It was around 183 on the 4-hour chart and 168 towards the bottom. Support holding strong, right? That was your first sign. As soon as Bitcoin started like bottoming out over here, printing this W like formation, right? Let me go ahead and mark that out for you guys. As soon as you see something like this, that was your first sign. And then after that, spending consolidation time near the resistance, that was bullish as well. If you're looking to enter, that was your first signal. I actually tried to get a position over here and I missed it, got frustrated, and I had to enter after. Let me go ahead and turn on the Ichimoku to see how the Ichimoku could have helped you guys enter into this, right? Let's say you didn't want to look at any price action or any of that. As soon as we started closing candles above the Tenkin right here over here, right, that was your big sign. Just enter at the second close of the Tenkin, the candle closing over the Tenkin, right? As soon as you have two candles closing over the Tenkin, that was your big entry. Right after that, having the breakout, right? Like I said, I tried to enter over here, I did not get in, and then over here I failed to enter too. So what I had done was I had already entered into three other alts at that point pretty aggressively, so I was a bit shy. I wanted to see how Ethereum reacted, okay, and accordingly I was going to get out of those alt positions if Ethereum didn't break out of that formation over here, and or add to my other positions, or add into my Ethereum position, which was 0 at the point, to get into have some more alt exposure. So this was a big indication for me as to whether I should be getting into alts, adding more to my alts, or getting out of my alts. Okay, so we got that over here, and then I added on this candle over here, right? As soon as you guys can I'll mark it out for you over here. You can see the dotted line that was lining up this formation over here. We broke down, right? We broke down out of this consolidation over here, and that was my sign to enter. I bought the retest of that, essentially, to make it simple, to simplify it. Okay, so cool. Now what are we doing right now? Well, we've broke past the Kijun, broke past the 200 MA. This was bullish. Okay, this candle over here that we closed earlier this morning, this was a very, very bullish sign. So if you did not enter over here, this was your next entry, and you do have good edge on that. Let's say you enter as soon as the candle closed. What was your edge? I'm looking at this trend line over this dotted trend line that I'll talk about in a sec. At least 10% on that. If you're looking at the top of the cloud, a good 13%, right, which is coming in around 236. I think a lot of people are looking at that region as resistance. We do have short-term resistance around here too. I will talk about that as well. Wow, this video is going to be longer than I expected. There's a lot to talk about. Let me go ahead and clear out all of this, though. I don't want these yellow lines, these yellow circles. So okay, the 200 MA was really, really good. So closing over the 200 MA on the daily was really good, but you did have a earlier sign on the 2-day 200 MA closing above that in this region over here, which lined up with my entry that I talked about earlier 15 seconds ago or so. That was a big sign for me, because if you guys do remember and have been following me on my trades ever since we started doing these videos, the 200 MA was plaguing us all the way over here. You guys remember how we were trying to, well, not we, but we were hoping for Ethereum to break past this resistance and have a move towards the upside, and Ethereum failed to do so, but instead making a move down back towards the Tenkin and then breaking up, right, and then making that big move all the way from around 228 to 366. That trade, by the way, that I'm referring to was when we entered around 138ish and rode it all the way up to the 200 MA. Got freaking frustrated waiting for the 200 MA on the 2-day to break, which is why I was eyeing it again over here, right? I do want to talk about these two trend lines that are going through the center of the chart right over here. For that, let me go ahead and first clear out all of our indicators, have a clean chart, and you guys can see I'm drawing it from these bottoming formations over here. Well, not the bottom, but the this low over here, this low over here, lining up with these wicks over here on the first upper trend line, and the second lower trend line is using I believe the close, the wick, and then match and then holding up on this rejection over here, right? So I usually don't put, even for now, for that matter, I don't put too much weight on diagonal trend lines, but I do like to keep them on my chart just as a reference to see if they have confluence with any of my other indicators that aren't as subjective. For what I mean by that is a trend line, a diagonal trend line, especially, can be drawn multiple ways and is left too much for interpretation and how the person is going to draw it, right? So for example, here I use candle close, and then the wicks. Somebody else might be drawing it another way, but what I do like to look for is, hey, is it matching up with anything? Is it matching up with my other indicators? And as you can see over here, as soon as we broke down off this trend line over here, the upper dotted trend line that you guys are looking at, we did come and retest it, get the rejection, then break the second trend line at the bottom, get that test too, right? I was watching this. I'd drawn this before, actually, before this price action had any play, and I was surprised to see how well it lined up. Again, it could be coincidence, right? You never know. But what I do after that is see, hey, does this line up with anything else that I can keep an eye on? And for that, let's turn on our Ichimoku yet again. And what do you know? The bottom of the cloud on the 2-day is lining up with the bottom trend line over here, which is why I'm looking at around 223 as resistance coming up very soon. We made all the way up to 216 now, right? I believe on the 4-hour we may see some resistance. Let's go ahead and see. I think this area over here, there you go, right? No, we just talked about that. Put that there, and okay, we already got that resistance. We broke past that, and we have another one over here. And what do you know? Okay, cool. So we are seeing some resistance at this level over here, but I think Ethereum may very likely have one more push all the way up to 226. Like I said, I'm not looking to add to my position over here. I don't have as heavy of a Ethereum position as I do in my other altcoins, but if Ethereum does run further over here, I'll be looking to see how it reacts before I take profits. For now, Ethereum is looking strong, and well, very strong for the matter. Let's clear out everything over here. Turn on our daily again. I do want to see if I haven't done this yet. Let's go ahead and do our fib retracement and see if anything lines up. When altcoins do rally like this, right, and you see them just go straight up, I usually don't use fibs, you guys know that, but using them as a reference, this is not, what am I doing? It's not a bad idea at all. We can take it from this low over here to this high over there, right? Try and get the wicks exactly and see if it lines up with anything. What are we getting? What are we getting? Well, the 0.5. Oh, there we go. Okay, there's a 0.5 retracement level. Not technically a Fibonacci number, but is nonetheless a very, very important fib level. Not fib level, an important number that a lot of people do keep their eye on, which is the 50% retracement, right? Coming in at what? The 223 level that we just talked about. Okay, so this is this horizontal right here. Let's go ahead and thicken that up so you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, so this yellow line right now, we can turn on our 2-day Ichimoku again, and we'll see that it lines up probably perfectly, right? Yeah, not perfectly, but good enough, and also lines up with this consolidation cluster right over here. So we can go ahead, and there's a lot of resistance that you could mark out over here, guys. So be careful. Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited about altcoins just yet. A lot of people will be looking at this entire area as resistance. Now, the question is, what's the next move? If Ethereum wants to keep going, what is the next move, right? I want to turn off my horizontals actually for now and look at a pure Ichimoku to keep things simple. If we do break into the cloud and close a 2-day candle into the cloud, I'll be looking for move all the way up to 263. But remember, that is contingent on us closing a 2-day candle inside the cloud, guys. A 2-day. When are we closing the next 2-day? On the 20th, right? So even if we pop into the cloud right now, unless we close a 2-day candle inside the cloud, I won't be looking for that move just yet. So like I said, be careful, be patient. Don't get lured into trades and then lose whatever profits you have. I know a lot of people will be getting excited about adding to their position, but that's one way that people tend to lose their profits, especially guys, when Bitcoin, in my opinion, might be getting ready for a move very soon. If you guys are caught with your pants down too deep into altcoins and Bitcoin decides to pump over here, in fact, Ethereum is seeing some resistance right now, right? Again, guys, this 2-day resistance at 222, you need to wait for 2-day candle close. In fact, the 3-day also has resistance over there. What do you know? There you go, right at the cloud, right? When are we closing the 3-day? The 19th, that's tomorrow, that's freaking tomorrow. And if you guys did watch the Bitcoin USD video yesterday, from earlier this morning, you do know that Bitcoin might be taking a move in the next 24 hours, right? I did reference that. In fact, that will actually set us up perfectly now to go ahead and talk about Ethereum BTC. Let's see if Ethereum BTC is giving us any signs that, hey, Bitcoin might be getting ready for a run and ETH BTC might have reached some resistance levels. That's what I'll be looking for now. I've not actually looked at the chart yet, so let's go ahead and look at. I've looked at the chart, but I've not looked at it in the past. I think 4 hours or 6 hours, and things have been changing so fast right now, right? So I guess, do I have it over here? I may have ETH BTC already charted out from yesterday. Ethereum, actually, let's go ahead and look at the 1 hour, right? I believe on the 4 hour we drew a resistance line right there. Ethereum seeing that resistance and coming down right now. Are we seeing anything on lower time frames? This isn't looking too bad just yet. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't think Ethereum is no, this is still looking fine. This could very well just be a temporary pullback before we try again, right? So don't let this scare you out of anything. Well, by the time you guys see this part of the video, by the time I upload it, it'll be a few hours that have passed. So, okay, so let's go ahead and anything else I do want to talk about Ethereum on the daily. No, we are seeing cloud resistance all the way at 235. Okay, so there's a lot coming in at around 225 to 235, guys. So your edge is now beginning to reduce Ethereum getting all the way to, where do we get to? 217. Do you want to take a trade for 10? Actually, 10% isn't bad, right? 10% trade on Bitcoin would have been huge. That's what altcoins give you guys, but hey, your risk is a lot too. For example, when Ethereum goes down, it goes down very fast, right? By risk, I'm referring to volatility over here. So be careful with that. You may get a big move to the upside, but you may also get caught with your pants down towards the downside. Let's go ahead and look at BTC now. I think I have it right here. Do I? Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, so here we have BTC on Binance, and I'm sure a lot of people are looking at this formation. Well, I hope at least a lot of people are looking at this. This is a huge falling wedge towards the downside, and then us breaking it towards the upside over here, breaking the support zone too. These two horizontals that you guys can, I'm going to zoom in for you guys. So these two horizontals at around 0181 and 0778ish, breaking the falling wedge towards the upside as well as this formation. That was the big sign to get in here if you weren't in already and interested in getting into BTC. So the thing is, where do we go from now, right? Does Ethereum have any more juice in it? Well, we do have resistance coming in right over here, and we are trying to break that right now. We're sitting at it's sitting at around 0.209, so 0.21ish. If Ethereum can close a daily above that, then I'll be looking for further upside. Where would I be looking at? Somewhere around there. Next target around 0.25ish. That would be the big target that I was eyeing ever since I started looking at this wedge, right? I'm pretty sure you guys at the Mango Telegram know that. We could look at the zone. In fact, this would be a big zone of for this target. And how much edge do we have on that? What's the move from here to there? Can't get the measuring tool. That's around 21%. Okay, 22%. So there's a huge move yet to be had on BTC. The question is, do we see that, or do we see Bitcoin come in and show some strength? Now the thing is, what happens if Bitcoin goes towards the downside? That formation that Bitcoin is putting in, that we talked about earlier this morning. Actually, let's go ahead and do a quick update on that, right? Let's see what Bitcoin is doing. I believe it is trying to break towards the downside. We're looking at there you go. We may be breaking this towards the downside, and the measured move of this I think it's, yeah, that would be, damn, I may actually want to take this trade towards the downside. No, let's see. So if it'll be really interesting now to see how altcoins react and to see if this actually gets any play. If this symmetrical triangle seems to have broken towards the downside actually does get play, I believe that we may see. Then we're going to basically see if this outer symmetrical triangle breaks as well. If that does break, then we're looking at a much bigger move. Holy shit. Let's go ahead and see, all the way down to 9,607. Let's go ahead to EMAs. I'm actually interested to see where the 89 EMA is coming in at. Okay, cool. All the way over there. Is that where our first target is? Yep, yeah. So the first target of the first symmetrical triangle is coming in at around the 89 EMA. That would be the first target if you're looking to short this. Again, shorting the 21 EMA earlier this morning was the play if you're looking to have a short position on Bitcoin, just to position, right, just to position for this move towards the downside. If we break the outer symmetrical triangle too, we'll likely be breaking the main symmetrical triangle, this big formation or descending triangle. We wouldn't be breaking the descending triangle, but you could look at this as a symmetrical triangle too, and then we could have a follow through move all the way to the downside. But I wouldn't be looking for any downside until we break the 9,000 region. Okay, that's what I'll be looking for. We also have the weekly resistance and the weekly support. Again, I don't want to talk about Bitcoin right now. We are talking about Ethereum, so go ahead and check out my video from earlier this morning if you're interested in the Bitcoin analysis. So we can go back to Ethereum now and see how Ethereum is performing against this Bitcoin move towards the downside. That would be very interesting. Okay, Ethereum is having a pullback, but if I see Ethereum actually test this horizontal over here, right, and have close multiple 4-hour candles over here, then I would actually look for Ethereum to have upside against the BTC, it's BTC pairing, yeah, at BTC right there. So this is a break of a ascending triangle to the upside. If we do get the retest and bounce towards the upside, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I'm hoping for it, because that would mean the entire altcoin market would react well to that. Okay, cool. So I'm going to end this video over here, this ETH USD and ETH BTC video for now. I will be doing another Litecoin video later today, probably in a couple of hours, probably in the next hour. Actually, I'll get it over with so I can enjoy the rest of my day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's go ahead and just do a quick recap on targets for ETH BTC. Again, if we do close over, okay, we are lining up with the 89 EMA on the daily as well. Okay, so cool. Let me go ahead and get this into equilibrium. Okay, cool. So we have a horizontal resistance coming in at around 0.021 BTC. If we close the daily above this, as well as the 89 EMA coming in right over there, right? So we can mark this as a zone. If Ethereum actually closes candles over here on its ETH BTC chart on the daily, then I'll be looking for the upside, probably all the way up to 0.25, right? That would be my next target. Let's go ahead and look at the Ichimoku. Is there anything lining up? Well, the 200 MA and the top of the cloud coming there as well. So we'll have an edge to, I wouldn't either way, I'll be aiming for the top of the cloud as well as 200 MA in the days to come if Ethereum can close multiple candles over there. As you can see, we have taken the Kijun, which is a really good sign. On ETH USD, let's go ahead and do a quick recap on that as well. Again, we do have resistance. This entire zone is resistance between 217 217 to around 226. Again, cloud coming in. This the Ethereum USD over here, if you didn't get into the trade right earlier this morning, I would be very hesitant to be buying in right now. Okay, the good time to have been buying was as soon as we had the daily close earlier this morning around 207, 206. That was a good time to be buying. Right now, I would be kind of hesitant. What are we sitting at? Around 216ish, 230 now. Damn, Ethereum coming down $4 in the past ever since I started doing this video. I think we started the video at 217. You're seeing the resistance right now, right? But is it a pullback or do we see more? Okay, cool. So that's ETH USD and ETH BTC. If we do break this region, I'll be looking for further upside, probably all the way up to, in fact, we can go ahead and look at the 3-day and see top of the cloud on the 3-day. I wouldn't be looking for that just yet. We do have this resistance, and if we break into it and hold into the cloud, then we can look at the top of the cloud, but not just yet. I think what I'd be looking for is the 2-day edge to edge trade, which is from here to around the Kijun at 261. If we break past that resistance, so it's about being patient right here. You may actually get a retest of the 206 level for all you know, perhaps even 203, 202. So be patient. Don't rush into trades. There are other coins that are showing strength as well that you can get a safer trade in. Okay, and also keep an eye on Bitcoin. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next video, probably Litecoin. See you soon.